Picture this: you're hanging out with a woman, whether she's someone you're dating or just getting to know. It's not something you say out loud, but there's this unspoken vibe. She's trying to figure out if you're taking charge or if she has to. Let's face it, what really draws a woman in is being around a guy who's confident, assertive, and sure of himself. The question is, how do you show that confidence and strength? I'll share 5 key traits to help you show that kind of energy when you're with a woman, because let's be honest, it's one of the most attractive qualities you can have. First off, being confident doesn't mean you have to act like some stereotypical alpha male. It's not about looking tough, being muscular, or dressing a certain way. A lot of guys get confused about this at first. I know I did. And from the comments I see, plenty of other guys feel the same way. People often judge a guy by his appearance, assuming someone who looks softer can't be strong. But looks don't always tell the full story. I've seen plenty of big, tough-looking guys who completely lose their composure around women. They act nervous and insecure. Confidence isn't about how you look, it's about how you carry yourself and the mindset you have. Think of it like this. Imagine a kitten and a tiger. A tiger grabs your attention because it's harder to control and more independent. Women aren't looking for someone they can easily control. They want someone with strength and presence. So, how do you build that kind of presence? One of the most attractive things you can show is that you're not afraid to walk away if something doesn't feel right. Back in college, my friends and I noticed that when we stepped away from conversations with women, even when things were going well, it actually made them more interested. Instead of hanging around too long, we'd casually say, "I'm going to go check in with some friends, catch you later." Being willing to walk away isn't just about physically leaving. It's also about showing you won't settle for behavior you're not okay with. For example, if a woman cancels plans repeatedly or is unclear about meeting up, you don't beg for her attention. Instead, you let her know flakiness is a turnoff and move on. Either she'll realize she needs to take you seriously or you'll save yourself time. Boundaries show you respect yourself, and that makes other people respect you too. For example, I keep my phone on Do Not Disturb during the day because I'm busy working. If someone texts me, I let them know I'll check messages at lunch instead of constantly checking my phone. It's about setting rules and sticking to them. Another example. One of my friends has a rule about taking off shoes in his house. At first, he felt awkward asking women to follow the rule, but when he started being upfront about it, women respected him more. Boundaries can be as simple as keeping Sundays for golf with friends and not skipping it just because someone invites you to something else. Women respect guys who stick to their routines instead of always bending to fit into someone else's plans. The word no can be one of the most powerful things you say. I had a coworker who couldn't say no when people asked him to cover shifts, especially if women asked. He thought he was being helpful, but it just made him look like a pushover. On the other hand, when I said no to those requests, people actually respected me more. This doesn't just apply to work. Imagine you're out with a woman and she asks you to hold her bag while she steps away. Instead of agreeing, you could politely say, "I'll be right here when you get back, but I'm not holding your bag." It's about showing confidence and not letting yourself get treated like an assistant. When you're getting to know someone, it's easy to fall into the trap of agreeing with everything they say just to make them like you. But constantly giving approval can actually backfire. Instead of immediately agreeing with her opinions or stories, ask questions and let her share more about herself. It keeps the conversation interesting and shows you're not trying too hard to impress her. Don't go out of your way to explain why you're better than her ex or why you're different from other guys. It can come off as insecure. Instead, focus on being present and letting your actions speak for themselves. Confidence isn't about convincing someone you're worth their time. It's about knowing it and acting accordingly. Wrapping it all up, the key to being attractive isn't about acting tough or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about showing confidence, setting boundaries, and respecting yourself enough to walk away when needed. Women respect men who know what they want and aren't afraid to stand by it. And the best part? These traits don't just help in dating, they also make a big impact in business and other areas of life. So focus on building that mindset.